Ladies and gentlemen, before you close your eyes tonight, I want you to remember one thing. You are powerful beyond measure. You are not here by accident. You didn't wake up today just to blend in, survive, or settle. You woke up because your purpose is still in motion. Your story is still being written, and it's time to write it with fire. Every time you doubt yourself, you give away a piece of your power, so reclaim it. Right now, not tomorrow, not someday. You don't need anyone's permission to be extraordinary. The world is not waiting to hand you a crown. You build it yourself, piece by piece, day by day, and when it shines, don't dim it for anyone. There will be people who misunderstand you, who fear your strength, who whisper behind closed doors. Let them. Your job is not to make them comfortable. Your job is to make yourself proud. Stop apologizing for wanting more. Stop explaining why you dream so loud. It's not your fault that others chose silence. What you feel in your soul, that hunger, that fire, that aching desire for something greater, it's not random, it's a signal. It's your intuition reminding you that you were made for more, so stop guessing, stop shrinking. You don't belong in boxes built by other people's fears. You belong in arenas, you belong on stages. You belong in spaces where your voice shakes walls. Before you drift off tonight, remind yourself, you've already survived so much, and yet, here you are still rising, still fighting, still dreaming. That's not weakness, that's warrior spirit. That's resilience dressed in elegance, and every night is your chance to recharge that fire. So rest like the queen or king you are, and wake up ready to own the world. Because greatness isn't born, it's claimed, and tonight as you sleep, let every cell in your body remember, you are not finished, you are just getting started, you are the author of your own story. Don't hand the pen to anyone else. This is not just a phrase, it's a truth that can change the way you walk through the world. Every day you wake up, you are given a blank page. Maybe the chapters before were messy. Maybe some of them were painful, chaotic, or full of people who tried to write in their own lines, crossing out your dreams and replacing them with theirs. Maybe some of those pages were written in fear, written in silence, written under pressure. But that does not mean the story is over. And it absolutely does not mean someone else gets to decide what comes next. When you hand the pen to someone else, when you let the world, society, family, relationships, or past failures take over your narrative, you lose the most powerful thing you've ever owned, your voice. And your voice is not just how you speak, it's how you live, how you choose, how you move through life. How you say yes to yourself and no to what doesn't serve you. It's easy to give up the pen. It's easy to believe others know better. That someone older, louder, more experienced, more successful must be right. That maybe your instincts are wrong. That maybe you should shrink a little just to fit. But let me tell you this, no one else has lived your life. No one else has felt your pain, seen your vision, or walked in your shoes. No one else has been through the quiet battles you fought alone. So why should they get to decide how your story unfolds? When you start letting others dictate your choices, you begin to drift away from your truth. You start choosing things to make others proud while leaving yourself behind. You pick careers, relationships, paths, and behaviors based on expectations instead of desire, and slowly your voice fades. You wake up one day and wonder why everything feels heavy, why nothing feels like it belongs to you anymore. That's what happens when you're living a story someone else wrote, but you can take the pen back. Right now, you can choose to reclaim your narrative, you can edit the chapters that hurt, you can write plot twists that terrify and excite you, you can create characters who inspire, settings that challenge, and endings that surprise even you. This life, your life isn't a script passed down from someone else. It's an evolving, breathing masterpiece that reflects your soul, your passion, your truth. Taking back the pen doesn't mean everything becomes easy. In fact, it can feel scary, because when you write your own story, you take full responsibility. There's no one else to blame. There's no one to lean on when things go wrong. But there's also no one else to limit you. No one to cap your dreams. No one to put you in a box. There's only freedom, and freedom is worth the fear. Start small if you must. Write one sentence a day. Choose one thing that is fully yours. A decision, a belief, a boundary. Speak up for yourself in a moment where you'd usually stay quiet. Say no when it costs you your peace. Say yes when it scares you but excites you. These are the tiny ways you reclaim your story, and over time, those small acts become paragraphs, then pages, then volumes, and one day you'll look back and realize that the life you're living is one that you built with intention, courage, and heart. You don't have to be perfect. You don't need to have it all figured out. But you do need to stop letting other people's opinions dictate your direction. Their vision is not your vision, their fears are not your fears, and their path is not your path. Your story might not make sense to them. It's not supposed to. It only needs to make sense to you. Your joy, your fire, your ambition. They belong to you. Protect them. Prioritize them. Write about them unapologetically. There will be people who try to edit your life. People who say you're too much or not enough. People who want you to be smaller so they can feel bigger. Let them speak, let them judge, but do not let them write, because the moment you trade your truth for their approval is the moment you lose your magic. And you, of all people, were never made to be ordinary. The beauty of being the author is that you get to decide when a chapter ends. You get to decide what lessons matter. You get to choose the rising action, the setbacks, the reinventions, and the victories. Even when life throws something unexpected, you still have the power to choose how you respond. You can turn pain into power. You can turn failure into fuel. You can turn silence into strength. So hold the pen tightly. And write boldly, because your story is too important to be told by anyone else. Confidence isn't a gift, it's a decision. Choose it daily. Confidence is not something you are born with. It's not a trait that belongs to a select few, handed out like prizes to the lucky ones. It's not a gift wrapped in perfection, waiting for a special moment to arrive in your life. Confidence is a decision, a daily, deliberate, sometimes difficult decision to show up for yourself, even when everything around you whispers that you shouldn't. You don't wake up with confidence like you wake up with the sun. You wake up with a choice, the choice to believe in your own power or hand it over to fear, the choice to trust your voice or silence it, the choice to walk into the room like you belong there, or let doubt convince you to wait outside. Confidence doesn't come from validation. It comes from you deciding that you are enough before anyone else gets a say. Too many people sit and wait for confidence to show up. They wait for the perfect body, the ideal job, the flawless plan, the relationship that finally makes them feel worthy. But confidence doesn't come after the achievement. It creates the achievement. You don't become confident because you succeeded. You succeed because you chose to believe you could. Some days that decision will come naturally. You'll feel powerful, aligned, clear, but other days it won't. You'll wake up to doubt. You'll hear the old voices in your head, the ones that tell you you're not smart enough, pretty enough, talented enough. And on those days, you'll need to make the decision even more fiercely. Confidence is not the absence of fear, it's choosing yourself in spite of it. It's looking in the mirror and saying, I may not feel ready, but I'm showing up anyway. Confidence is quiet, it's steady. It doesn't always roar, it whispers. It's the way you walk even when your legs shake. It's the way you speak up even when your voice trembles. It's not about being loud. It's about being sure, sure of who you are, sure of what you stand for, sure that even when the world doubts you, you will not doubt yourself. You build confidence by keeping promises to yourself, by doing the hard things, by showing up when it would be easier to quit. Every time you follow through, you reinforce the belief that you are capable. Every time you take action, you send a message to your own mind, I can trust me. And that trust is everything, because once you trust yourself, no one can take that from you. Don't confuse confidence with arrogance. Arrogance seeks attention. Confidence seeks alignment. Arrogance needs the spotlight to feel worthy. Confidence knows it brings the light wherever it goes. When you're truly confident, you don't need to be the loudest person in the room. You simply walk in knowing you belong. Confidence is magnetic, not because it screams, but because it's rooted in truth. And your truth is this: you are worthy even when you don't feel like it. You are capable even when you haven't yet proved it. You are powerful even when you're still learning how to use that power. Confidence begins the moment you stop asking for permission to take up space and start owning it. Start choosing it. Choose confidence when you walk into a room where no one knows your name. Choose confidence when you make decisions that others don't understand. Choose confidence when you fall down and have to stand back up. Choose it in love, in business, in friendships, in front of the mirror. Choose it when it's hard. Choose it when it feels unnatural. Choose it until it feels like breathing. Confidence doesn't wait for proof. It moves without guarantees, and it's that courage that creates results. It's that energy that changes rooms, opens doors, and turns dreams into reality. You're not supposed to feel ready. You're supposed to feel real, and the real you, she's strong, he's bold, they're unstoppable. So the next time you wonder if you're good enough, smart enough, beautiful enough, brave enough, remind yourself, confidence isn't a condition you're waiting to meet. It's a decision you make every day, and when you choose it consistently, relentlessly, unapologetically, your whole world begins to shift. The world will try to define you, resist the urge to shrink. From the moment you take your first breath, the world begins its work. It tries to name you, box you, and mold you into something it understands. It hands you labels, it offers definitions, it whispers rules, sometimes loudly, sometimes softly. Be polite, be small, be pretty. Be quiet, be successful, but not too successful. Be bold, but not intimidating. Dream, but don't dream too big. The world hands you these invisible instructions and waits to see if you'll follow them. And for a while, many of us do. We try to fit in, we try to please, we try to live up to expectations that were never truly ours, and in doing so, we shrink. But there comes a time when shrinking starts to feel like suffocating. When you realize that no matter how perfectly you try to fit into the roles others chose for you, something inside still aches. That ache, that's your truth. That's your real self knocking from the inside, asking to be let out. You were never meant to be contained. You were not designed to play small, to be easy to define, or to walk through life quietly just to make others feel more comfortable. You were made to be complex, to be loud when you want to be soft without being weak, to be fierce in your ambition and gentle in your spirit, to take up space without guilt. You were made to be all of who you are, not the edited, filtered, digest version. When the world tries to define you, it does so from a place of fear. Because when people can't categorize you, they can't control you. And when you refuse to shrink, you become powerful, unpredictable, free. That kind of freedom scares people who have only ever known how to live inside lines drawn by someone else. But their fear is not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to yourself, to your growth, to your authenticity, to your expansion. Every time you choose to be unapologetically you, you are defying a system that profits off your self-doubt. Every time you say no to a role that diminishes you, you are reclaiming your voice. Every time you show up as your full self, unfiltered, unboxed, you give others silent permission to do the same, and that is where real power lies, not in perfection, but in presence, not in being liked, but in being real. You will be misunderstood. You will be underestimated. You will be told you're too much, too emotional, too intense, too ambitious, too loud. You'll hear it in comments, in stares, in silence. But here's the truth. Every time you shrink, you abandon a part of yourself. And eventually, all those abandoned pieces start to feel like a betrayal. One you commit against yourself just to fit into a world that was never meant to contain you in the first place. You don't need to be defined. You need to be discovered by yourself first. You need to ask what you want, what you believe, who you really are when no one is watching. Then you need to choose that person every day, even when it's inconvenient, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it costs you approval. Because what's the point of gaining the world if you lose yourself in the process? Start paying attention to the moments you make yourself smaller, when you lower your voice so others don't feel challenged. When you say yes out of guilt, when you dress or speak or act a certain way because you're afraid of judgment, catch those moments, call them what they are, opportunities to choose courage instead of comfort, to expand instead of retreat, to be seen instead of hidden. You're not here to live a life that makes everyone else happy. You're here to live a life that sets your soul on fire. That may mean breaking rules. That may mean walking away from places and people who expect you to conform. That may mean starting over, speaking up, and standing alone sometimes. But I promise you this, when you stop shrinking, you'll start breathing. And in that breath, you'll find your power. So let the world try to define you. Let it make assumptions. Let it misunderstand you. Then show up anyway, bigger, braver, bolder, because the moment you choose not to shrink, you begin to expand into the person you were always meant to be. Your dreams are not too big. The people around you may just be too small. There is this silent, subtle pressure that many of us feel to shrink our dreams to fit into the comfort zones of the people around us. We're told to play it safe to settle, to keep our ambitions realistic, but let me be clear, your dreams are not too big. Your dreams are just right. The problem lies not in the size of your aspirations, but in the smallness of the vision that others try to impose on you. From an early age, you are often told what is possible and what is not. You're given limits, you're given boundaries. This is how things are done. This is where you belong. This is what success looks like. And you learn to accept those definitions because they come from trusted sources. Parents, teachers, peers, society. But what if their definition of success was simply too narrow? What if the walls they put up weren't meant for you at all? The truth is, people often project their own limitations onto others. They tell you your dreams are too big because, deep down, they are afraid of their own unrealized dreams. They've built their own comfort zones around what they know, and when you dare to step outside of it, you make them uncomfortable. They would rather you stay in the realm of what is possible. For them, because it's easier to imagine you fitting into their version of the world than to confront the possibility of something larger. But that's not your responsibility. It's not your job to make others comfortable with your ambition. Your dreams don't belong to them. They belong to you. Think about it. Every major breakthrough, every innovation, every new idea that has ever changed the world started as a too big dream. Someone at some point was told their vision was impossible. Someone's idea was ridiculed, doubted, or dismissed as unrealistic. But the ones who made it were the ones who didn't shrink when others couldn't see what they could see. The ones who went ahead, despite the doubts, and built something bigger than the world had ever imagined. You are the visionary of your own life. Just because others can't see your vision doesn't mean it's too big. It means they can't see beyond their own experiences. They are not you. They don't have your perspective, your fire, or your capabilities. And that's okay. You weren't meant to fit into their world. You were meant to create your own. Think about the most successful people in the world. From entrepreneurs to artists, activists to inventors. Their stories are full of people who told them their dreams were impossible, only for them to prove that those dreams were exactly what the world needed. And they didn't prove it by shrinking their vision to fit into someone else's definition of possibility. They proved it by staying true to what they saw for themselves, even when no one else could understand it. Your dreams are meant to stretch you. They are meant to challenge you. They are meant to force you to grow. If your dreams don't scare you a little bit, if they don't challenge the boundaries of your own comfort zone, then maybe you're not dreaming big enough. But here's the thing. Just because your dreams stretch you doesn't mean they are impossible. The only thing that will stop you is not the size of your dreams. It's the size of the limits you put on yourself based on the fears and small thinking of others. The people who try to tell you your dreams are too big may not understand what's possible. They may not have the courage to dream on that scale, and that's not a reflection of your dreams. It's a reflection of their own fears. It's not about them, it's about you. You have to be willing to push through the limitations they set for you and keep your eyes on the horizon. So, the next time someone tells you that your dreams are unrealistic or that you're aiming too high, take it as a sign that you are on the right path. Take it as a reminder that your vision is so much bigger than the box they've built. You are meant for more than the small, comfortable world they try to limit you to. Your dreams are not too big. Your dreams are the exact right size for the person you are becoming. And if others can't see that, that's their problem, not yours. Don't let the size of your dreams be determined by the size of others' comfort zones. Your vision for your life is the only one that matters. You are the only one who gets to decide what is possible for you. Don't let anyone's fear make you shrink back into a version of yourself that is smaller than what you were born to be. The world needs you to rise up, to expand, to push against those limits. And when you do, you'll show others that it's not the size of the dream that matters. It's the size of the heart and the willpower to see it through. Every night is a reset. Use it to rise stronger, bolder, and more unapologetically yourself. Every day is an opportunity to rewrite your story, to step into your power, to choose the life you want, not the one others handed to you. But just as every day is a chance to grow, every night is an opportunity to reset. Every night, as you close your eyes and let go of the day's challenges, mistakes, victories, and regrets, you have the chance to recalibrate, reflect, and rise again. You may have faced setbacks, disappointments, or challenges throughout the day. You may have doubted yourself, made mistakes, or let fears take the wheel for a moment. But that's the beauty of the night. It's a clean slate. The sun may set on your day, but it rises again, and with it, so can you. You get to decide who you are becoming tomorrow, and the night is your opportunity to prepare for that person. Think of the night as a pause, a moment where you can lay down the weight of everything you've carried throughout the day. You don't have to take the burdens of your past into the future with you. You don't have to carry the judgment, the mistakes, the missed opportunities, or the negative self-talk. Let go of the things that no longer serve you. Every night, when you close your eyes, you are not just resting physically. You are releasing emotionally and mentally, so that you can wake up refreshed, renewed, and ready to take on the world. There's power in how you end your day. If you go to bed feeling defeated or exhausted by the challenges of the day, you carry that energy into tomorrow. But if you take a moment to reflect on the victories, no matter how small, you honor yourself and prepare your mind to conquer even bigger challenges tomorrow. And if you spend those last moments of the day affirming your worth, reminding yourself of your power, and visualizing your future, you begin to reprogram your subconscious mind for success. This is how you rise stronger, bolder, and more unapologetically yourself. You start by releasing everything that doesn't serve you. You stop allowing your past to dictate your future. You stop letting failures from the past hold you back from moving forward. Every time you let go of negative energy, whether it's self-doubt, fear, regret, or judgment, you create space for your true self to emerge. You create room for growth, for possibilities, for new opportunities. Every time you reset, you become one step closer to the person you are meant to be. The night is also a time to honor yourself. It's a time to remind yourself of your worth, your beauty, your unique brilliance. The world might try to tell you who you are or what you should be. It may throw obstacles in your way, try to make you question your worth, or make you feel like you're not enough. But at night, in the stillness, you have the chance to remind yourself of your true value. You are not what others have said about you. You are not the mistakes you've made. You are not the opinions others hold about your potential. You are everything you choose to be, and when you rest at night, you rest knowing that you are enough. You are worthy. You are capable. This is not about pretending that everything is perfect. It's not about denying the difficulties or the challenges you face. It's about giving yourself permission to reset, to begin again, to rise anew with each night's rest. No matter how many setbacks or failures you experience, every night is a new chance to try again, to be better, to do better. Every night is an invitation to transform the way you think, the way you feel, and the way you approach the world. When you wake up each morning, you get a new day to create your reality, but how you go to bed the night before sets the tone. If you go to bed tired, overwhelmed, and filled with doubt, that energy will follow you into the morning. But if you go to bed knowing that you are enough, that tomorrow is a new day full of possibilities, you'll wake up with the mindset that anything is possible. You will rise with purpose, with clarity, and with the belief that you are in control of your own story. The night doesn't just have to be about rest. It can also be a sacred time of intention, setting, of reflection, and of realignment. It's the perfect opportunity to ask yourself, who do I want to be tomorrow? How do I want to show up? What do I want to create in my life? In those quiet moments before sleep, you have the power to envision the future you desire and to plant the seeds of that future in your mind. You can decide that tomorrow will be the day you step closer to your dreams. And then, with a restful heart, you can fall asleep knowing that you've prepared yourself to rise even stronger. Use every night as a reset. Use it as a moment of healing, of letting go, of recalibration. In those quiet hours, you don't just rest physically. You empower yourself to rise again. The person you are becoming is waiting for you in the morning, and when you go to bed with intention, you make space for that person to emerge. So don't go to sleep with regret. Don't go to sleep with fear. Go to sleep knowing that tomorrow is yours to shape, to create, and to own. Every night when you rest, you are not just letting go of the day. You are preparing for the person you will become tomorrow.